Yo, what's up, guys? The Insane Game Freak here. It's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning, and I just wow, why am I so bright? That threw me off so badly. Oh, that's probably why. Um, Anyways, this is a Sket Dance episode 66 review, and it's the Sket Dance. Yeah, do that. I actually didn't get to watch this episode this morning because I had an interview for a higher job positioning. Hopefully, I get it. And I also got Siren volume and Blue X's volume today, which I don't feel like getting up to go get, but that's just a side note. Anyways, this is mainly, I guess you could say this is a Himiko focused episode. The two side stories don't really relate in any way except for that little gimmick they use in the middle of the second story to kind of correlate the two, but they really don't have any relation with each other. Apparently the showing Saya thing is still a gimmick because they're still showing Saya. We also get to finally see the new ending, which Sam apparently told me the Japanese version actually had it on episode 65, but for some reason Crunchyroll only aired it here. I don't know what happened. Maybe, I don't fucking know. Maybe they aired it early. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking I don't fucking know. So the premise of the first half is Sai is kind of is chilling in the Skid Dance room, feeding Hosuke, and it's kind of like mocking Bossun because Bossun says he knows Momoka, and she's like, no, you don't. You suck under pressure, and all this other joke shit. And then she leaves because she calls Bossun an idiot, only to find out that Hosuke is like talking using the sausages on the plate, and it was crazy, and it was awesome, and it was hilarious. And so the premise of the first half is that Switch has a new invention that allows you to read the mind of whoever. Well, originally it's just to read the mind of animals, and it was supposed to read the mind of Hosuke, but it ends up reading the mind of everyone in the room. So like they read Himiko's thoughts and Boston's thoughts and Switch's thoughts and shit. So it turns into a game of like whose thoughts is reading more than the other, and then like what do they think about each other, like how fucking for some reason Himiko kept thinking that Boston was like a red horn bug or something, red horn caterpillar, and it was like, what the fuck is that? Is that like some type of new species of bug? What the fuck? They ended up wearing like all the masks. Like Himiko was wearing like this broken bunny head. Switch was wearing the deer head, which I love the fact that the deer head just comes back in randomly. And Boston was wearing the Buddhist head, which I thought was hilarious because there are points where it kept reading his mind, and then every time it would read someone else's mind, it would be like mean-spirited shit, like, who do you like the least? Who is the least coolest? And they would always be like, Boston. It's like, y'all mean. I hate you guys. I don't want to trust anybody anymore. And I was like, what the fuck? I thought that was pretty funny. And then he was like, which out of the three of us do you like the most? Is I think Switch asked the question, and then so Himiko's freaking out because obviously they gotta do another Bossun Himiko moment, and she ends up just thinking he's a caterpillar again. He's like, why do you do this to me? I don't trust anybody. And they all get mad at each other. I forget there's like another scene where it's like, who do you hate the most? And then it kind of cuts away, then it comes back, and everyone's just angry at each other. It's like, fuck everybody. And then what made it awesome is that like Hosuke, what it was is they pressed the button, and you're thinking it's Hosuke talking about. It's like, I said that humans are like idiots and shit, but the fact that you are able to laugh and cry and share every type of emotion with each other, that's why I love humans. I love you three because you're such good friends. And like it inspired them to like stop fighting and be happy. The irony is that it wasn't Hosuke that was thinking it. Roman, if anyone has captured from the other episodes, is actually on the other side of the, there's a room right next to their club room where Roman does the whole art manga club thing, and it was actually reading her mind because she was writing out it for a manga, and it was hilarious. So it was like Roman unintentionally trolled the Sket Dan, and no one will ever know except for us, the viewer, which was why it was fucking funny. The second half is apparently there's this like, it's like called Tsukiyomi, but I think that is like, I guess you could say that's like a joke show, and Momoka, because I saw Momoka at the beginning of the episode, it's that same show that she's apparently guest starring, like she's guest hosting that show. And what happens is we find out that Momoka, they were getting the first contestant, and she can, Momoka started running her mouth off about how fucking great Himiko is in terms of jokes and comebacks and quips and shit like that, which ended up her getting into an argument with the guy that was on the contest, and they kept arguing back and forth. And it's like, you know what? Fuck it, Himiko should come on. So like, they used the mind reader thing to accidentally go, oh, Momoka wants you to join the show. And it was like a nice little cute moment with Momoka and Himiko, which I thought was cool because they don't really do that much with Himiko and Momoka as much as they used to. I mean, that was like one of the biggest first connections in the series, if anyone remembers. Momoka was like the big first connection for Himiko. Also, just as a side hint, I think Himiko will get that again with another character. Not gonna say who, but I know it's in there because I've read like a mild spoiler on the wiki. Don't ever go to a Sket Dance wiki if you're trying not to spoil yourself, because life is a bitch. So she's on the contest, and the whole concept, as I said, is to throw jokes at things. The first thing they do is they play like this random clip, and they're kind of going back and forth. And the thing is, the clip is just some random shit going on, and they have to like kind of pretty much, it's kind of like being the peanut gallery. That's pretty much what the whole contest is. So they're like being the peanut gallery, picking apart the show and shit. It was hilarious. And then the next part is that they pair him up with like this random guy, and they're supposed to like work together as like a comedy duo, which, you know, the pro does it really well, but Himiko doesn't. Her jokes don't really stem from that. She's not really good in comedy duos with someone she doesn't even fucking know. So Momoka going, oh, well, since, you know, Himiko is an amateur, let them pick someone from the audience. And so they pick Bossun, because Bossun and Switch are there supporting her. And and the funny thing is, Himiko was betting on the fact that Bossun sucks under pressure. That was like the joke, because they kept showing back and forth scenes of like Saya watching them on TV. It's like, oh, I guess Bossun isn't a liar. And it's like, oh no, he sucks under pressure. They're banking on the fact that he sucks under pressure, because then all she has to do is just keep throwing out quips, like one after another, and that's exactly what was happening. I will say, Bossun's face gets the most ridiculous I've ever fucking seen in Sket Dance. Like, his face gets, he makes a duck face. That's the best way to describe it. Like, his lips are like out to here and they're fucking huge. He has a duck face, and it was funny as hell. And it was weird because people expected Himiko to get nervous like she did for the Pillowcon TV commercial a few episodes ago. But I thought that was funny. And then the ending just had me rolling, where she won, and then she found out, it's like, oh no, this is like a tournament thing. You got to come back next week. And the last scene we see is her make the herpy dirt face for the Pelican TV commercial, and you're just looking at her like, oh god damn it, demon. So I thought that was hilarious. But the episode was kind of standard. I mean, I mean, as I said, it was funny as hell. Just, you know, standard. I think that in the next episode is actually covering the manga chapter that should have been before the School Rhapsody arc, and that's the Tsubaki's Lame T-shirt collection. Mind you, I think it's that and probably another story, because there's no way in hell that T-shirt collection thing is going to be like 30 minutes long. I think they're just taking two Tsubaki stories and throwing them in, because you see him a lot in the preview. I can tell it's a T-shirt one because the first thing we saw was like Tsubaki wearing this weird ass T-shirt. So I'm pretty sure the T-shirt story is what it is. I don't know what the other one is, but you know, I'm more looking forward to my fucking my One-san Chusan pairing episode, because goddamn, I love, like, you see it in the opening, so you know there's gonna be a fucking episode dedicated to it. I want to see it because I am a fanboy and I like that pairing, because that works so well. And then you have Yuzu. It's just it's like an awe moment for me. So I'm looking forward to that. But that's really all I had to say in terms of the episode. It was cool. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Pretty standard. Not necessarily not as funny as last week's. Last week's was just straight out like die laughing, but this one was still pretty funny and I enjoyed it. So please leave me your thoughts and your comments in the comment section below. Sorry this video was kind of late, but I got severely distracted with stupid shit. I don't know what the fuck happened, but you know, anyways, this has been Terrell. They've been the vlogs again from your boy Terrell. Another Sket Dance episode review. Thoughts and comments in the comment section below. And I will catch you guys later. Sket Dance, what's so awesome? P.E. So.